This is chapter number 8, Devotional Paths to the Divine. Devotional Paths to the Divine. New religious developments in North India. Till now, we have talked about the South India because everything started from there, Bhakti movement. Then we came to Maharashtra. Then also we went to Gujarat, Narsi Mehta. Now this north area, which is you can say of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, UP, etc., Bihar somewhat. So we are talking about 13th century, and in this time, in this period, North India, the Bhakti movement saw a very halchal, new wave of this Bhakti movement here. Because what happened? All these religion, that is Islam, Hinduism, Sufism, different sects, the different groups of Bhakti, the Nathpanthis, the Siddhacharis, Yogis, they were influencing each other, or they were getting ideas from one another, taking the other ideas. So they were taking and giving certain things. And when these things was happening, the new towns were taking place, people were taking different professions, they are finding different roles for themselves. So these things were happening. So all these people, they have different roles, and the Bhakti movement was taking place. The craftsperson, specifically the craftsperson, the peasants, the traders, the daily wage laborers, they would come to these people and try to listen to them. They will throng, they will come in groups and listen to these new ideas, new vichar. And these, whatever they get, they spread it all over. So they spread it all over. So I'll give an example of these saints at that time. Kabir, the rightmost you see is Kabir Das. And here we have Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And what was common between them was that they were against, they rejected all the things which are happening in an orthodox way. Right? Orthodox means those which cannot have, which have no logic. It can be Hindu religion, it can be Muslim religion, Islam religion. So whatever orthodox things were going on, or those things which have nothing to logic, they outright rejected. But on the other hand, Tulsidas and Surdas, they were accepting the beliefs. They were saying the existing beliefs of the Hinduism or the Brahmanical Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, is okay. They accepted it. They accepted it. But they wanted to make all these accessible, available to everyone, because the Sanatan or Brahman have made it very specific for the upper caste, not for the lower caste. Brahman Kshatris were getting everything, but not the other ones. Now Tulsidas, he thought of a god in the form of Ram Bhagwan. Ram is supposed to be the incarnation of Vishnu. Krishna ji is also supposed to be the incarnation of Vishnu ji only. So Tulsidas made a composition. He wrote something, and it was the epic, the Ramcharitmanas, and he wrote this in Awadhi. Awadhi is the language which is spoken in eastern Uttar Pradesh. That is, if this is a vague map of this Uttar Pradesh, the rightmost part you can say, and the Awadhi, because it was a local language, that is why it became so popular. Ramcharitmanas, and it was a very epic work, good literary work. And if I can show you this Surdas, he was a very utsahi, very happy devotee of ardent devotee of Krishna ji, Krishna Bhagwan. So he has a, because first thing is he can't see, he was a blind, but still he wrote Sursagar, Sur Saravali and Sahitya Lahari. Sursagar, Surasaravali and Sahitya Lahari, it was the composition of Surdas ji. And here at the same time, the contemporary, that is the same time, in Assam, we had a great man, a great sant, Shankara Devi. In Assam, we have Shankara Devi. It was around late 15th century, you can imagine. Shankara Devi of Assam. And he was devoted to Vishnu. So he spread that, he preached that devotion to Vishnu is what you should do. He was devoted to Bhagavan or God Vishnu, right? And for that he composed, very epic, good, easy poems and plays in Assamese, the language which was popular there, Assamese. And he started new practice, and that was the practice of Namaghars. Namaghar. That is, ghar means house. So Namaghar means the place or a house where a recitation or saying will go. People will recite whatever poem is there. They will recite it. They'll speak it or sing it. Also the prayers. So there is a place, houses of recitation and prayer, and this practice, Namghar, if you go to Assam right now, you'll see this practice still exists, still continues. And all these traditions we are talking about, here we have Dadu Dayal. He is Dadu Dayal. And here we have Ravidas ji also and Mirabai ji. So the Mirabai ji is quite famous. Why we are talking about her? And Mirabai was a beautiful Rajput princess, and she was married to Bhojaraj. Mirabai was married to Bhojaraj, and Bhojaraj was the son of Rana Sanga. Rana Sanga, the family, that is, Rana Sanga was actually Mewad's, Chittorgarh, Mewad king. He was a chieftain there. But finally what happened? Mirabai has become the Anuyayi, disciple or Bhakt of Ravidas. And as I said, it was 16th century when she got married to Bhojaraj, but she became the Shishya or disciple of Ravidas. Ravidas was Achyut. He was from Ati Shudra caste, Ravidas, Pandit Ravidas. So, and what she did, she was devoted to Krishna ji. Krishna is a Bhagwan, is a god in Hindu mythology and Sanatan Dharma. So Krishna Bhagwan devoted to, and she was saying, Krishna is husband, Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my everyone. So she was in love with Krishna ji. And because of this bhakti, this love, she wrote innumerable number of bhajans. She just wanted to express her love, devotion, dedication, determination for her. So this is Rana's, if you see this Rana Sanga she is talking about, that she was being given zahar she was given, but still she survived. This is what happened. She was tried to be killed. And as I said, the upper caste, she was openly challenging the upper caste, the bigger caste, because she was also from the bigger caste, the higher caste. And the bhajan she wrote, it became so popular. We go to masses in Rajasthan and Gujarat, it's still popular, right? Meera ho gayi Magan, this kind of things are there. So the popularism of these saints have their back from the point that they were just these poems were transferring from one generation to another through oral transmission. And how this is? Because they were composing it in natural language, regional language. So the poorest, the most deprived communities which were not knowing Sanskrit, they were just knowing the local language, the poorest, the marginalized communities like the Ati Shudra, etc., the women, they transmitted, they propagated, they also added their experience. So this is a living popular culture which we have right now. Kabir Das, we are talking about Kabir Das. Now Kabir Das was a very influential saint in 15th century, 15th, 16th century, this time. And he was quite influential in the term that his content is used somewhere. I'll tell you right now. First of all, the story is a woman who doesn't want to, have this child or to raise this child, gave her child to a Muslim family, Muslim Julaha family, weavers near Banaras, Varanasi. So here he grew up. Now we didn't have much idea about him, but the idea which we have is from the Sakhis and Pads. These are all form of writings. So the vast big collection of the verses of Sakhis and Pads, this is what we have to know him, to understand him. And these were sung often by the bhajan singers, which propagated it. The effective thing which he wrote, it was so popular, so well respected. In Guru Granth Sahib, they were taken. It's very poised, very respected book of Sikhism. Not even in Guru Granth Sahib, in Panchamani and Bijak also, his content is there. So Kabir Das' teaching was basically based on indeed vehement. That is, he was in full force. He was rejecting for both, not only for Hindu but Muslims also. So he was rejecting all the major religious traditions which were going on. That is, people showing outside they are big, we can do this, and these are the things you have to do. In Muslims also the same thing. So they are people who are showing priestly classes. They are bigger, we are priests, we are of higher caste. And they have created the caste system. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Ati Shudra. So he just outright rejected all these. The important thing was the language of his poetry was spoken English. That is, spoken Hindi, because everyone was able to understand it. And one more thing, he used to write in a cryptic language, that is Rahasyavadi language. Those who actually know the language, you can say literature, scholars, they will only understand what he has written. So that is why he is so popular and well respected. Kabir believed in a supreme God. There is a Nirakar, that is formless, there is no form of the God. But there is a Shakti, there is a supreme God. And if you want to get, or if you want to have salvation or moksha, then that is only possible through bhakti or devotion. Bhakti or devotion. So Hindu, Muslim, all were respecting him and following him. So let me just conclude that Kabir Das was 15th century Indian mystic poet, and he was a great saint. And his writings were affected or has influenced the Hinduism's Bhakti movement. And his content verses are used in Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib. He started his early life in a Muslim family, but finally he was so influenced by Hindu Bhakti leader Ramanand that he became his follower. So he got his teachings from him, Ramananda. Baba Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Sikh religion, you know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the time is 1469 to 1539. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he was born at Talwandi. Talwandi is now in Pakistan. Nankana Sahib in Pakistan. Again, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born at Talwandi, which is right now Nankana Sahib in Pakistan. He traveled widely, different places, giving his preaching and sermons. And finally, he settled down in Kartarpur. This corridor was opened just by Pakistan. That is a very good gesture to India by Pakistan. Thank you for them. And Kartarpur, which is the Dera Baba Nanak on the river Ravi Nadi. So Dera Baba Nanak on the river Ravi, Kartarpur. That is where he taught his followers how you need to worship. That is the regular worship way. And he made them sing, or he was telling them, and others were following him to sing his own hymns. So the hymns were sang, what he has written. So this was, if you go to Gurdwara now, you can see that singing is going on. And the basic was, whatever caste, creed, gender you belong, it doesn't matter. In Gurdwara, in Sikhism, everyone is welcome. Okay? So everyone was coming to the place and they were eating at the same common kitchen, and that is called as langar. Langar is every Gurdwara has langar, where Sikhs, they make arrangement to feed people. Okay? So these sacred space where this langar is also there, kitchen is also there, and Guru Nanak Dev created this place, and that was previously called as Dharmasal, but it became Guru Ka Dwar, Gurdwara. So now it is Gurdwara. Okay, Gurdwara. If you go, you will see Guru Granth Sahib, and it is, you can see that all are sitting and the hymns are being sung. Langar is also there. So before Guru Nanak Dev Ji's death, that is the last time of his life, there were various followers. One of the followers, and he was appointed, his name was Lahana. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself appointed Lahana as his successor. Lahana as a successor. And Lahana was later known as, now we know him as Guru Angad Ji. Why? Because Angad means the part of the body. Anga means the part of the body. So the body is Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and Guru Angad is the part of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. That is why the Guru Angad Dev is there. Now Guru Nanak Dev Ji did what? First of all, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he had a lot of composition. He wrote various things. So Guru Angad Ji compiled this content of Guru Nanak, and he also added his own content with a new script. He wrote that in a new script, which you see in the left, and that is called Gurumukhi. That is called Gurumukhi. This is a new script like Devanagari, etc. So we started with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and his successor is Guru Angad Dev Ji. After these three successors, Amardas Ji, Ramdas Ji, and Arjan Dev Ji. Okay, so these all, they also wrote on the name of Nanak only. So all their composition were finally compiled, Sankalan, by Guru Arjan Dev Ji in 1604. So Guru Nanak, Angad, Amardas, Ramdas and Arjan Dev Ji, all the composition were compiled 1604. Also along with this, later on, Sheikh Baba Farid, Sant Kabir Ji, Bhagat Namdev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur, 9th Guru. Guru Tegh Bahadur, 9th Guru. So their writings, their composition were also added in this final compilation. The composition were added. So let me tell you, all those previous before Arjan Dev Ji and Tegh Bahadur Ji, and then Sheikh Farid, Sant Kabir, Bhagat Namdev and Guru Tegh Bahadur. And it was, because it was the son of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Guru Govind Singh Ji, he authenticated it, Pratipadan kiya, and this was all combined way. There was a book being made, and that holy book of Sikhism is Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib. And this is the holy, very, very pure scripture of the Sikhism. Now, Guru Nanak Ji, actually, his follower increased through 16th century. Because he was so popular, he has a very nice appearance, ambience. So everyone was following him, and not only his way of teaching, but the traders, agriculturists, artisans, craftsperson, they were many. They predominated his followers. Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that whatever way you are living, live like this. That is, marry, have kids, do good jobs, take good jobs, productive and useful occupations you take. And you have to take that occupation so that you can help others. You think of others, you help others. This is what, and some general fund has to be given. That is how the langar, how this langar will work if people don't pay. So this is Harminder Sahib. If you see, people are eating here, and this is what is made here in big, say, utensils, kitchen utensils. So the fund is coming from those who come and give these funds. Now, I'm talking about now the politics when it came. I'm talking about 17th century. Amritsar, today's Amritsar, Ramdaspur it was. So Ramdaspur and now Amritsar. Amritsar, you can understand like them, Amritsar. So this is the central Gurudwara, which is Gurudwara Harmandir Sahib. This is a golden temple. If you see, you can see the golden paint. This is the golden temple, and this was the center, epicenter of various activities going on. So this area, Amritsar area, this comes in Mughal Empire, and this was a part which was self-governing. Means it is not governed by the Mughals. They were self-governing themselves. Okay. When this was seen by Jahangir, here is Jahangir on the left. So when Jahangir saw this, that in our empire there is another empire they are taking, so he ordered execution of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and it happened in 1606. So Sikh movement then took up, and it got politicized, and then it finally concluded in creation of Khalsa, and it was created by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. Guru Ji da Khalsa, Guru Ji di Fateh. Okay. So this, who instituted it? Guru Gobind Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. That is the Khalsa Panth. Khalsa Panth is a political entity. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, why he was so popular? Why Sikhism is so popular? Because first of all, he was in the way or in the view of worshipping one God. And the caste, creed, gender, they have nothing to do if you want to attain liberation, moksha, salvation. You can be from any point in the world, or whichever creed you have. And he wanted everyone to live the active life. Means help others, work, have kids, and also do social. You have certain social commitment. That is, you have to work for the needy. You have to work for the people. And there were only 3 words. He summarized everything. Naam, Dan, Isnan. Naam japana, Kirat karna, Vanda chakna. What does it mean? Naam means worshipping the God name. Dan means welfare of others, help others. Whatever happens anywhere, first people you will find is sick people. Okay. Then Isnan is not only of taking bath. It's about clean heart, cleanliness of the body, of mind. So as I said, this Naam Dan Isnan is Naam Japna, Kirat Karna, Vanda Chakna. We say it Vanda Chakko ji. So basic idea is clean, right belief, clean and right worship, honest living, no jhutapan, and help others. And if you compare it with the medieval century, Kabir Das, Ravidas ji and Dadu Dayal ji, the ideas are similar. This is Khalsa Panth. Same time, 16th century, Martin Luther, he had certain ideas. He thought and experienced certain things. Martin Luther, he saw in Christianity, because he was from 1483 to 1546, Martin Luther, what he saw, that in Roman Catholic Church, there are certain practices which are wrong, which are not given in the teaching, or which are done against the teaching of the Bible. Because Bible is like Guru Granth Sahib or of Sikhism. So Bible, Roman Catholic, they were not following. For example, say, example is indulgences. That is, if you have done something wrong, you have killed someone, you have done burglary, or said jhoot for rape, you just go to church, you give money to the Roman Catholic Church, everything will be fine. Is it good? You will get forgiveness from sins if you have money. And that is Martin Luther King objected. He protested. That is why Protestant came. So, at that time, the printing process were evolving, and he used them very judiciously. All what his teachings were, writings were, he converted them to the local language, or wrote them in the local language, because most of the content was in Latin and translated into Bible, into German also. So if you see, the way is like this, Catholic was going on, but at this point the Protestant, they took another turn, because they were against the popular culture or popular way the religion was conceived at that time. So these Martin Luther King and Protestant, they have certain ideas common. So this is all about this chapter. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.